income earning activities play a crucial role in the sense that if there's a predominant feature of the income earning activities that were initially transferred with the actual business to the actual purchaser would be the buyer in that regard, and he's still able to actually continue with the actual business operations as they would have been in their former state by the actual seller had he been carrying on his business, and he's not holistically utilizing all of the income earning activities that were a former feature in the prior setup. It will still be deemed to be a going concern so long as the actual buyer is basically utilizing the predominant features of the income earning activities that were actually a big portion of the former business that he obviously has just acquired. What do we mean by that? Like, if I was to paint a picture, let's take this gym example that I basically tried to make an example about in one of the clips. You bought a gym, and this gym was formerly a gym, but additional to this gym there used to be these portable swimming pools that would be inflated and they'll be set up on the outside sections of the actual gym, and they'll obviously be filled with water, and they became those portable swimming pools. So these pools would then be used as an additional service by the former owner, where he basically would charge parents a fee to basically teach, like, young children the basics of swimming, within the swimming pools outside the actual gym. So that was a business additional bolt-on that the former gym actually had within its actual business structure. But subsequently, when he actually sold the actual business to the actual acquirer, who is now the buyer now does away with not using the actual pool service, which was an additional service to the actual gym. It just carries on with like the predominant features of the income earning activities in the form of like the gym equipment having to be housed within the property that he bought the gym with, and was able to continue with that service, withstanding the actual pool service that was offered originally with by the actual seller, and he's no longer like utilizing any of that service, but however is carrying on with the gym in its in its former state. In that instance, then that will still be a going concern, because it's still able to go on with the actual business without the pool service as well. So that's basically what we're basically trying to elaborate on, like the income earning activities still being a predominant feature, with the actual buyer having to actually carry out the operations as they would have normally been without the additional pool service. However, if you want to have a look at an actual detailed brief about this whole concept of income earning activities, interpretation note 57 speaks a bit more in detail about that whole topic relating to that part. And also bear in mind that the going concern topic also falls within the scope of section 18A, which will also be covering the main increments that are involved within this whole process of this going concern concept, as we would obviously go into detail with the differences so far as the different parts to going concern are concerned. So there's 3 parts to it, which would likely be 100% going concern, 0 rated, and there will be mainly taxable supply going concern, where we've got like a portion of, portion of uh, the actual business with exempt supplies being like, uh, a small portion of that, not in the majority. Then the last part would be mainly non-taxable supplies, or in the form of obviously a going concern as well, where in that part, the actual non-taxable supply side is actually a bigger portion of the actual business. So that different aspects that actually like cover all those different sections in terms of how we apply the criteria of this going concern concept. And this is all housed within section 18 cap A within the actual legislature, and that you also have to delve into in your own time as well. But with the following lectures and information that we're obviously going to dissect on, it should be ample enough to just give you the actual basis of what we basically are working towards. And we'll see you in the next clips. Alright then.